one, because he was in the United States by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you always,
Wouldn't that have been
because you always are drinking, we always joke about it.
Yeah.
Based on our last.
Wouldn't that
Good
be
evening,
funny?
everyone, and welcome to the Chaska City Council meeting for Monday, August 4th. Can I have everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, let's do roll call.
Councilmember Hatfield,
Here?
Councilmember Benish, Councilmember Shevlin,
Here.
Councilmember Graf,
Here.
Mayor Hubbard.
Here. Before we move farther on the agenda, we have a moment here to recognize we lost somebody that was really important in our community. And I wanted just to read a brief statement. So before we begin tonight's meeting, I want to take a moment to recognize the loss of someone who gave so much to our community. Although her death occurred on June 4th, we recently learned that Kristine Kohman, of her passing, a long-serving and deeply valued member of our Heritage Preservation Commission. She dedicated over 9 years to the commission and most recently had served as its chairperson. Kristine brought passion, insight, and true love for our city's history to every discussion and decision. Her leadership and steady voice helped shape how we preserve the character and stories that define our community. Even now, we continue to benefit from the work she helped lead through preserved landmarks, thoughtful policies, and a culture of respect for the past. On behalf of the City Council, staff, and the entire community, we want to extend our heartfelt condolences to her family, friends, and fellow commission members. We are grateful for her service, and we will remember her for not just what she did, but the care and dedication she brought to all of it. At this time, we just ask everyone to join us in a brief moment of silence in honor of Kristine. Okay, so moving on, we went through the roll call, so I guess adopting the agenda would be next. Does anybody have any additions or corrections to the agenda? Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt agenda.
Okay,
Second.
Motion from Councilmember Hatfield and a second from Councilmember Shevlin. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, agenda is adopted. And then next we have a visitor presentation. If anybody is here for something that's not on the agenda, you certainly have this time to come forward. Not seeing anybody coming up towards the dais there, we're going to move on to the previous meeting minutes approval. So the meeting minutes of July 21st, 2025. Does anybody have any additions or corrections to the meeting minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, got a motion from Councilmember Graf.
Second.
And a second from Councilmember Hatfield. Any discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, meeting minutes are approved. And let's move along to the consent items. These are items that receive little to no discussion, although we certainly can pull something off the agenda for a larger discussion. But does anybody have any questions or comments?
I was just going to ask about just a quick question about Oak Ridge and if there's any, I'm sure people are going to wonder, so I thought I'd ask if we know any more about this. So they applied for transient accommodation, so to be like a hotel. Do we have any more information on what they're planning to do?
What they've shared with us is that they plan on basically bringing it back to what it was when it was Oak Ridge. So it'd have a hotel, conference center. I don't know that they've quite decided on whether they'll bring back the food aspect of it, the restaurant aspect of it that they had previously. But I think their intent is to try to operate it like it was when it was open previously. There are some improvements that they still need to make, which we put as conditions in the approval, but at this point, that's been sort of the, as much as they've shared with us. You know, again, I think from what we've heard, we can expect something really similar.
Okay, nice, thank you.
Yep.
Can I ask another question on that? And this is not to be mean at all, but
Yep.
with what happened downtown with the transient population, that area kind of suffered from some, less than desirable behavior. And Costco and those new homes are so nice. I would hate for anybody to feel like they're not safe in the Costco parking lot at night or pumping gas. Are we doing anything to make sure that we don't run into the same thing as we did down there? I know they've cleaned it up down there, but for a while it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, well, we certainly, unfortunately, our ordinance is, it's structured to be more of a reactive type of ordinances. It's based on the number of police calls that we receive to a place, and so, if a hotel gets to a point where they've received a certain number of police calls that reach a certain threshold, then there's requirements that our ordinance puts on them. And quite frankly, it's those requirements I think have really sort of helped at least stabilize what's happening down at the one downtown with having security, more connections with our police department, things like that. So we'll be treating it the exact same way that we treat every other hotel. That if we do end up having issues, there'll be something that we, work with them pretty quickly
totally
on,
fair.
so.
We didn't have any issues before.
No.
But it was an actual conference center for corporations, not
Yeah, well,
necessarily-
that's
But it was
what.
rentable to anybody.
It was rentable to anybody. You
Yeah.
could, anybody could
I
rent
didn't know that.
Yeah, anybody could rent a room.
I was only once there at a corporate retreat, so.
Yeah,
totally-
the conference center side of it really never was an issue out there. We had the same sort of issues that you typically would see at a hotel. I can think of a couple instances that were not ideal, but that's pretty typical for any hotel property that you have. But yeah, they're going to be marketing towards what they've shared with us. They're going to be marketing towards sort of that the corporate clients that come in for conferences and things like
Extended
that.
stay again, is it?
That's not what they've indicated to us. I mean, whether they go in that direction, I mean, it's always a possibility that they can. That's, again, that's why we have the ordinance in place. It's based on, what actually happens there. Right now, they've indicated that they want to operate it as a hotel conference center.
Which
And-
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they have desire to do renovations? Or is it just kind of?
Well, there's some renovations they have to do.
Right, I saw that as
yeah.
part of the thing, but are there anything more that they're, do they indicate or no?
They haven't really, they haven't said a lot to us about what they're, doing as far as improvements and things like that. There's just, we've done the initial inspection through to be able to say, here's what at the
Bare
base
minimum,
level
yeah.
needs to happen.
Yep, okay. Okay. All right, any other questions on any of the consent items?
I was just gonna say, if you haven't been to Bellows Bistro, it's actually really cute and some pretty decent food. So it's fun to see that they're moving forward with serving more, and
Yeah, they
It's a
have
cute
very
place.
good food, yes. I
I'm not
agree.
like a Dungeons and Dragons or any of that player, but to walk in and just, it's.
Yeah, but they have like normal board games or
Yeah.
little games on the
Right, they do.
tables and
But
stuff.
it's really cute, the way they've, from Quiznos to that,
Yeah,
remodeled it, or.
no, they've done a great job. Yeah. Wonderful. Well,
Motion to approve consent.
Okay. Motion from Councilmember Hatfield
Second.
and second from Councilmember Shevlin. Any other discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, consent cleared. All right, guess what? This is going to be a great meeting because we don't have any action items. So, with that being in mind, we got bills is next on the agenda. Does anybody have a question on a bill?
Nope,
Don't
I did
all you
appreciate
guys
that it was-
clamor at once.
It was shorter this time.
It was.
39
Yes.
pages. This feels like a short one, but no question. So motion to pay the bills.
All right, I got a motion from Councilmember Hatfield
Second.
and a second from Councilmember Grah. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hatfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Shevlin,
Yes.
Councilmember Grah,
Aye.
Mayor Hubbard.
Aye. All right, bills are paid. Moving along to other business. Councilmember Hatfield, take it away,
Sure.
since you're here all by yourself.
Has
Next up.
happened. River City Days was fantastic. That organization always does a great job. It was really hot out, but there was a ton of people, and in my just short 2 hours at the booth, where I did sweat out of every pore. It was fun because there were so many people from outside of our community that came. I talked to a family from Eden Prairie, a family from Victoria, Waconia, all coming and spending their money in Chaska, which is great, and just talking about how they love our parks and our businesses and things like that. So it was just great to hear that, and then from our residents, a lot of good conversation about the community park and the municipal services building and all sorts of things. So a lot of just really good conversation. So it made the heat bearable, and then lots of businesses. It was just packed. So then of course the parade was also very hot, but great. A lot of people still came out. I was still impressed by the turnout, maybe a little less than usual, but still plenty of people. So great job to the River City Days organization for that. What else? I did something else. Mayor Hubbard and I went to the MMPA annual meeting. It's always interesting to hear kind of what that organization is doing and very impressive results. So that was great. I feel like there were other things, but some things coming up. Carver County Fair starts this week.
Oh, yeah.
I think Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, which is always a good time in Waconia. And then Touch a Truck is on August 14th. And then
That's new location.
new location, yeah.
And that's an interesting location. Home Depot and Chaska Commons.
Yeah, some of that idea
area.
came from myself and Marshall went up and met with the owners of Heartbreakers. And, we sort of asked, from their perspective, they were sharing with us that which was an interesting perspective, they were sharing with us that they always felt like so much emphasis was put on the downtown, that not enough emphasis was put on bringing events and things up to Chaska Commons and the north side of town. And we had logistical issues, obviously, with being able to have Touch a Truck at the community center this year, and the high school wasn't available, so we're like, well, maybe this is a good opportunity to try it out and stuff. And the businesses and the building owners have been great to work with, and I think they're excited to have us up there. I think it's an opportunity for people to go up, have some fun, maybe go out to eat at a restaurant that's around Chaska Commons there, and so it's sort of sparked out of just that conversation about saying, hey, maybe you should move some events up there sometimes.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah.
So
Harburgers also has great food.
they really do.
They really do. And their owners are just really great, sweet people,
Yes.
so it's great.
They
that-
care a lot.
Yeah, they
about
do
this
care a lot,
community.
yeah. So, I don't think that video has come out yet, so
No,
quick
I
plug
know.
for
I
our
think that's
Locally
next.
Yours. Maybe
I think
it's
it's
next. Quick plug for the Locally Yours video, so if you check out, the most recent was Hayloft Studios, but we already have filmed a few others that should come out eventually, but Heartbreakers is one of them, so you can watch us try their food.
Yes.
And then you can go try it yourself. And then there's a sensory-friendly event on the 13th, so the day before, with, I think, some of the vehicles and things at Veterans Park. So it'll be more sensory-friendly, less noisy, less people, things like that. So that's exciting. And then, of course, Chaska Cares Music Festival coming up on September 20th. So block that night out because you're going to be downtown at Fireman's Park listening to good music.
So the headliner for that, my son was sharing with me, has 325 million viewers on
Wow.
Facebook. He's an up-and-coming country star. And we happened to book him last year before he started
Before he
becoming
blew
up
up.
and coming.
Welcome then, John.
But now he's got like 6 songs that are charting and
Wow.
is really pretty popular. And my son's like, you guys really got a coup getting this guy. And I'm like, really?
We gotta
All right."
promote that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So that's Josh Malloy.
Josh Malloy.
Is that how you
Yep.
say his name?
Yep.
Malloy. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That is.
And then just another plug for the State Fair and Run Fest. Southwest Transit again this year is doing buy one, you can go to both fairs, so one fare for both fairs, get it? Very clever marketing by our marketing department there. I think $6, and you can go to the State Fair. It's literally the only way I'd recommend going to the State Fair, because drops you off right there, and are in a nice air-conditioned, comfortable bus the whole way. You can skirt all the traffic. And then at the end of the day, you just jump back on into the air conditioning and you're ready to go. And then, of course, Run Fest, same thing. You have to walk through all the dirt to get into Run Fest. You get dropped off a lot closer. So highly recommend taking Southwest Transit from the Carver ramp, the Chaska, Chan, Eden Prairie, wherever your heart desires to ride from. And yeah, $6 to go to both. So I think that's everything.
Wonderful. That's a great report. All right, Councilmember Shevlin.
I honestly don't have anything.
That's okay. All right. Short and sweet. How about you?
I have much pretty short. Unfortunately, I missed all the fun events because I was out of the state. But it was an interesting connection because I visited Gatlinburg and went to Anakista. I think I said that right. My wife laughed at me because I said it wrong every time we were there.
It's like people
And they had like a
pronounce
canopy
Kobe.
walk, which made me think of one of the ideas of the Big Woods area is a canopy walk. So it was kind of cool. They won't have black bears down below like they did there. Well, maybe, probably coyotes. But it was just fun to kind of see because it's like, oh yeah, this would be really, you could kind of envision kind of that canopy walking up the trees and, you know, it attracts lots of people. So that was super cool. Although I wasn't able to participate with any of the events, again, I thank the organization for putting that on, the River City Days organization, because again, I always remind people that we support that as a city, but it is a privately run or organizationally run, not connected to the city directly, but it's been I saw a lot of Facebook pictures and a lot of their stuff, and it sounds like they had good crowds, and sometimes when it's that hot, it's just best to go out and just sweat everything out that you're drinking, right? So that worked out well too. So outside of that, I don't think I have anything more to add.
Okay, wonderful. Elise?
I have nothing.
Nothing to add. All right. Krista?
Nothing.
Matt?
I got a couple updates on the construction.
And this is the Highway 41 Engler project.
Yep, so first thing is the highway, people have been asking now, especially getting close to school, about if Highway 41 Engler intersection is going to open up by the time school gets going. That was the plan. Obviously, it's been raining a lot, and that particular intersection with them putting in the tunnels there with that rain has been very difficult for them, and so it's delayed the project. So they gave us the notice today that will not open by the time school goes. I think, personally, I think it's really good that we heard that today, because there's a month until school. The school now can confidently be able to go out, and they're gonna give individualized messages for each of the 3 schools there, so that each one knows exactly where they should go if they're going to drop off their kids. I also think that one of the things that we saw during the spring construction at Bavaria, when 41 was still open, is that we saw sort of a line form up Highway 41 in the morning time, right past your neighborhood. The good thing now with 41 intersection being closed is we won't have northbound traffic. So everybody entering the site will have a free left-hand turn into there, and so things should move a lot more smoothly than it did during the springtime. They think it's probably about 3 weeks late, so it's going to be probably sometime probably before October, but probably 3rd week of September timeframe when we'll actually see that open. And then, of course, our next question was, well, what does that mean for Park Ridge? Is Park
Yeah.
Ridge gonna get done this year? And they say, yeah, we still think we're gonna get Park Ridge done. So they, as part of this section that they've been doing at Highway 41, they've sort of crept over past Crest to get a lot of that prep work done there, so that they'll only really have to focus on the actual intersection of Park Ridge when they do that. So they still feel pretty confident they'll get the whole project done this year. It's just a matter of when they'll open up 41. The stretch between Royal Oak and White Oak, we've been making requests to them to open that up as soon as they can, basically, because what's happening now is all the traffic that would normally go on Engler to get into like the Holiday gas station area is going up Meadow Lane, which I'm sure this is the most traffic they've seen ever, because it's not a typical route that people would take, but it's the only route that you can take coming from the west to get into that area. So they did tell us today that they expect the paving side of it to be done within the next 2 weeks. They have some side work that they have to do with being able to connect driveways and trails and all that kind of stuff. They felt confident that it's going to be open earlier than what they had initially anticipated, and that it should be before Labor Day. But they can't pinpoint down exactly what that date's going to be. But they felt comfortable saying it'd be before Labor Day.
Okay. With the 3 schools, there's also Southwest Christian. I know they're not, are they working with them though? Because I mean, obviously with 41 being closed, that's another route that they'll have to be.
We see most of our students, most of the students from Southwest Christian actually coming off of 212 and going to Bavarian up.
Okay.
So, so I think it's actually going to flow a lot smoother in the fall than it did in the springtime, because they had to get off and go down Bavaria and crossing. That's why we had to put the temporary stop light up at Hunter Mark and Bavaria. So I think it's going to be a lot smoother there. One thing that they are going to do is, people, arrive sort of in waves during the morning, but everybody leaves all at once in the afternoon. And so they are looking at least initially putting a flag person out at the end of the school day at Southwest Christian.
Oh, okay.
To make sure that people can get out onto the road, and then they'll sort of watch it and see, do we need a flag person, do we not?
Yeah, one of the areas, I mean, and it is kind of what it is at this point, but I'm sure maybe you've seen it, Victoria Drive, the roundabout, where it's like a kind of a 3-way stop there as you go through and take a right on the roundabout and then hit that sort of that T intersection, and then you kind of take a left to keep going down Victoria Drive. That just gets so backed up, because you have the new roundabout right there.
Oh. Yeah.
And then everyone's stopping, and they're stopping. There's not really any traffic coming from the Liberty Heights neighborhood on that end of things, but it's just kind of weird. So I don't know if that's something that needs to be addressed because of school. I mean, it sort of just does what it does. It's kind of at that point now where it's like, is it just, we're almost done, just suffer?
Yeah, I think, what we're seeing now, at least what I've noticed now, is that we're mainly seeing that at when people are coming home from work.
Yeah.
Like there's like an hour.
Yeah, I sat in the roundabout.
Yeah.
the
There's
other
like
day,
an hour period there where everybody's sort of
yeah.
coming at once. And so, the good thing about people coming out of Southwest Christian High School is that they're only going to be going one direction. I mean, they're gonna go south, and they're likely going to go west. So that they don't have to go around the whole thing, where some people are having to go around the whole thing to continue on to Victoria Drive. I don't know that there's a good way to solve that. Because
I don't know either.
The problem is there's nowhere to outlet people.
Right. No, like I said, it's just kind of one of those things where you just observe it and you're like, I don't know what else could be better, so.
But that's definitely one of those that, I do think when that stretch opens up between Royal Oak and White Oak, I think that's gonna help a lot. Because it's going to start separating traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, you know, the messaging behind 41 being closed, I think is wise, so that the school district and individuals that drive or commute during that time have a plan. There's a plan, but, you know, they said, you know, 3 weeks behind, great. If it happens to be that maybe they're able to get it done earlier than that, then that's even better.
Yep.
But I think it's good for them to have a realistic message about what to expect and what the expected timeline is, so that people do have that plan, especially, you know, with the back to school.
Yeah, no, I think everybody very much appreciated the fact
So
that they
we're
came out
almost
and
there.
said that, because initially they were saying, well, we're gonna wait till like
Yeah.
2 weeks out,
No.
and it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Well,
Yeah, or
if
just
you
message
think
it now
if you
and
think that
just-
there's a chance it won't open, then
Yeah,
just say
let's
it
just
won't
do it.
open. And then we can plan for it, and if it's, like you
Yeah.
said, if it's better, it's better.
Yeah, because I think everyone understands that, you know, there's a finite amount of time to do road construction in the state, and that the weather, you know, permits a lot of that as well. So we're almost there,
Yes, we are.
almost there.
So,
Awesome.
and I think that's all I have.
Okay. All right, well, Night to Unite is tomorrow. Just a reminder, so for those that are gathering with their neighborhood block parties, those that aren't, you know, you can always go find a neighborhood block party. And there's, I don't know how many there are in the area, but I'm sure there's probably well over 20, you know, that have signed up with to get the PD and the fire department over there. But it is a reminder that we have a food donation challenge, and Chaska, we need to win this thing. We cannot let these other 3 cities win. So my challenge is that, you know, if you are not going to be attending a Night to Unite party, that even though there is road construction, you can still get to the Chaska Community Center. So bring your food donations to the Chaska Community Center tomorrow. Tonight, they're still open. I don't know what time they close tonight, but otherwise, if you can't make it there, bring them to Bountiful Basket on Wednesday. That is the day that they are collecting those donations that they're being turned in. And if you have a monetary donation to give to the Bountiful Basket, that is when to do it as well. Those monetary donations are extremely helpful for the Bountiful Basket because they can purchase a lot more food with those dollars than the donated actual food
And every dollar
itself.
counts for a pound.
And every dollar counts for a pound. So bring those.
Can we give money online?
I'm assuming that the Bountiful Basket, yeah, they probably have it on their website. I should probably know that, but I'm not sure, but
There
yeah.
also are
I would assume that
neighborhood ambassadors, like on ours it's
So.
Renee Dawson, but every
Yeah,
neighborhood has a.
most likely every neighborhood that's doing that has a neighborhood ambassador.
Yep.
Bring it to the party. If you're going to the party, that ambassador is going to bring it to the food shelf. But we need to win. But more than anything, the Bountiful Basket needs to win. All those donations really help people experiencing food insecurity, and that goes a long way.
You can do this, guys. And one thing, and to tag on that, one thing that was interesting, my neighborhood is always second to Adelwood. For the last 3 years, and we're a tiny neighborhood, so that's pretty good that we're second in all of Chaska. But we were told that things that you would think you should put in there are actually not the things they need. So while it might weigh a lot to put peanut butter in there, they do need more of like the cereal and like pasta and things like that. So don't go get a bunch of juice because they're not even able to sell some kinds of juice if it's high sugar. And the peanut butter they get a ton of, and some of the Costco extras they get a ton of, but there's a whole list on their
I was just
website
going to
of-
say, that is helpful
Yes.
because they do have a list of
Yes.
recommended
Although
items.
it does way more.
But I mean, I think really ultimately just giving is the ultimate goal, and that
Mayor,
helps them.
I can confirm, I just went to their website, you can find the Night to Unite page, and then there's a donate.
Okay.
In order to donate now, you can go select a campaign, and there's Chaska Night to Unite, there's the other ones too, but the
pick
Chaska's
them.
listed first.
Even if you don't live here,
Yeah.
you should pick that option.
Yeah.
Pick it
So
'cause
you
it's
can click
first.
Yeah.
Chaska and you can donate online. So
Yeah.
that-
If you live in one of the other cities and you pick Chaska, it counts for your city.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
I may be lying. For legal reasons, that may be a joke.
the nice thing is, you know, my husband works for the detention center, and they saw the videos, and they decided that they wanted to take part in the challenge. And so they have, I think, 4, you know, receptacles or whatever to collect food, or maybe it's 1 and they're gonna just evenly divide it over the 4 cities and everything like that. But it's kind of neat to see other organizations get involved because they like the idea of it, so.
And
Yeah.
I heard that the Chaska neighborhood that collects the most wins a sandwich party.
They do from
Jersey
Jersey
Mike's.
Mike's,
Okay.
yes. That is actually, thank you for
That's
reminding
why
me
we always
that.
do it and we always get second.
Yeah.
Stupid Adelwood.
Well, maybe you guys can top them.
Maybe. I know. They're like
They are,
2 times
I was
our
gonna say,
size.
they're a bigger neighborhood, but hey, goals, right?
Goals.
So yeah, so that's happening tomorrow. So we have a couple of businesses that have recently opened, and Southern Social, which it was in the former Cuzzy's spot, had their soft opening over the weekend, and they just officially opened today. So just want to say welcome to Chaska. Their food is exquisite. They were actually
So good.
at the River City Days doing a tasting, but even being able to go and taste the food,
Have you been
really,
in the
really well
renovated
done.
building?
So yeah, it's
Is it-
really nice. Yeah, Michaela and I stopped by
we
before
toured
the
it.
dinner and toured, and they were still had a lot. Like I was
Crazy.
blown away by like how much they got done in a week and a half. I mean,
One of the owners was telling me they literally put the sod down in the back the day before the soft opening. So I
Yeah.
was there on Friday night for the soft opening. Thursday, they were putting the grass down,
Are
still
the
doing the
volleyball courts
landscaping.
gone then?
They're gone.
Okay.
yeah, but it's really nice.
There
They have
are
a nice little
awnings.
fire pit. They got a little nice patio area. They have done. It still looks and feels like the same restaurant, like interior wise. You know, you're not gonna go in and be like, well, this is like completely different. But it's
The
like,
layout is the same.
Yeah, the layout's the same, but like the decor and the atmosphere is very much different, and it really lends well, I think, to the space. So, and yeah, their food is fantastic. So.
It is. I've been to the
I re-
Egan or Woodbury.
Yeah,
It's
highly
delicious.
recommend. Another new business that I saw on Facebook open was Raven and Rose Beauty Parlor. So they're just over here in downtown Chaska along Main Chestnut or 41 here. And I just want to say welcome to the community. So it's just really fun to see these new businesses. Councilmember Hatfield had mentioned that we did the Locally Yours with Hayloft Studios, and it's been really fun to see these new businesses come about and just take hold of the community. So also wanted to say River City Days was excellent. It was warm. I think, yeah, it was really warm, but it was really well done. And thank you to the organizers for that. 50-year celebration next year, it sounds like, so that will be exciting. And so just job well done there. And I know, like Michaela had mentioned, it's really fun to see other people from the community stop out and enjoy the festivities out there. So great job. Also, between this meeting and the last meeting, we did the ribbon cutting for the Minnesota River Bluffs Trail. So that is open kind of officially, not that it wasn't before, but now it's official. And so let's start bike tourism, right?
Yeah.
People can come down and they can enjoy themselves. But no, I've seen a lot of people using that and a lot of people raving about it. It's been fun to see that. So that was really cool. And then we submitted requests to our state representative and our state senator to be a part of the bonding tour. So I'm hopeful that Representative Ream and Senator Kohman can get those on the list, and we can get them to come over and tour our City Square West project. That would be fantastic. And then I just want to also say congrats to the Chaska Cubs. Yesterday, they clinched their playoffs, so they are headed to the state tournament championship, right? Tournament. Yes, not
Not quite the
championship. We're not there yet.
There.
I'm getting. You know what though? I am talking
You see the future,
futuristically
yes.
that it's going to happen. They had a fantastic season. Their record was fabulous, and I had mentioned it before. It's just really fun to go see those games. So. And then just also the community market or farmer market is still happening every Thursday, 4 to 8 p.m. at Fireman's Park. There's always really good merchants out there and also good
Huge
music.
crowd last
Yeah, they're-
Thursday.
Well, that
'cause,
band was the,
Church of Cash.
oh, no, not, I was thinking the week before, but, okay, did they have a nice crowd?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, there was a lot of people.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay, well, good. So, and then we have another meeting following this, the Economic Development Authority meeting, but our next council meeting is August 18th?
Yep.
I can do math quickly in my head. All right, so with that, does anybody have anything to add? Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hatfield, second by Councilmember Grah. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned. All right. And I'm assuming, Krista, you're okay with me going right into the,
We are good to go.
all right. I would like to call the Chaska Economic Development Authority meeting to order for Monday, August 4th at 7:35. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hatfield,
Here?
Commissioner Benish, Commissioner Shevlin,
Here?
Commissioner Grau,
Here.
President Hubbard.
Here. All right, next is to adopt the agenda. Does anybody have any corrections or additions to the agenda? Otherwise, I entertain a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Okay, got motion from Councilmember, or Commissioner Shevlin.
Second.
Second from Councilmember or Commissioner Hatfield. Wow. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Agenda adopted. We're gonna get through this. We're almost there. Okay. Next is approval of the previous meeting minutes. These meeting minutes were from just July 21st, 2025. Does anybody have any additions or corrections to the minutes? Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, motion from Commissioner Grah. And a second from the President Hubbard. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Minutes adopted. And then next is our discussion items. 5A, adopt the EDA Resolution 2025-45, calling for a public hearing on the approval of a business subsidy for EDCO Products, Inc.
Ms. President and Chair people, the item in front of you tonight is another step in the process of getting to a point where EDCO can actually move forward and start constructing their facility. This has to do with what we've talked about in the past, the tax increment financing assistance that we'd be providing to the project based on our policy that we have established. As part of the establishment of a TIF district, we do have to hold a public hearing, and in order to do that, we have to basically set up, establish a public hearing to establish that, but also there's a business subsidy agreement too that also has to, that's required to occur. The public hearing itself, I believe is on the 18th.
September 15th.
September 15th, okay. September 15th will be the actual public hearing, and the action tonight is basically a resolution having you call that public hearing for September 15th, again, for the assistance and the business subsidy agreement we provide.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? It's all pretty standard.
Yep, it's just another step in the process.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that you had to approve it last time in order for then this step to happen,
Yeah,
right?
so the action you guys took before was basically approving a letter of intent with them so that they knew what to expect from the city, so that they can sort of finish up their financing and stuff. This is actually formally putting that plan in place.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Great explanation. All right, any other questions at all? Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion to call for the public hearing or adopt the resolution 2025-45, calling for the public hearing on September 15th.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Hatfield,
Second.
a second from Commissioner Grah. Any other discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It is adopted. That moves us along to other business. Does anybody have any other business? Do I dare ask the question? No?
Motion to adjourn?
Okay. That's fine.
Jumped that one.
She shut it down.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion, motion from Commissioner Hatfield and a second from Commissioner Gra to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Ooh, that was loud. We're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Backyard chicken.
When you have a woman, you get it